Hey folks, welcome to Kayak DIY. Here, myself and my father head off to iCAST, where we're going to be filming the latest products in paddle sports and fishing. Check it out. Hey folks, Kayak DIY here, and right now I am hanging out in front of the NRS booth. NRS, you guys might recognize, is actually the brand of life jacket that I happen to wear. I ended up just getting lucky and I found the life jacket that I liked the first time around. But what we're going to talk about is their inflatable lineup. So there's some key features here that actually surprised me that I didn't know about. We're going to start off with the top one here. This here is the Star Pike. So Star is like their sister company that they manage. And so what we have here is kind of a kayak type setup. You have a generous grab handle here. You have a inside right here that has a lot of draining capabilities. So if you're going to be in like rivers or rough waters, you don't have to worry about it. You got rod holders here. Right here are mounts that accommodate anything that's close to like a Scotty 241 mount. It's the same bolt pattern. A lot of companies are using the same bolt pattern. It's becoming kind of a little bit of a standard. You got the same type of bolt pattern set up over here. These are Yak Attack products here. You got the roto grip. You can drop your paddle in here. You got a cup holder that's on that side. You got nice rings here, D-rings everywhere, so you can lash down different items. So this is really an adventure boat. And it's going to be lightweight, so you can still, portage with it, carry it on trips. You got a nice comfortable seat. That's very important to a lot of people. If you're going to be out on the water quite a while, you want a nice comfortable seat with a high back. You got a lot of volume in these tubes, so you're able to carry a pretty decent payload. I'll have a link in the video description to these products here so that you guys can get all the specs, and at the end of this video I'll have some of the specs as well. On the back here they have a black pack, which is basically a crate setup. You got a valve setup right here, so valve. So it's multi-chamber, so if one went down you're still not going to end up likely sinking. You'll have other ones to help keep your gear afloat. Looking under here, you can kind of get an idea of the shape. And this material is very durable. And one thing to note, they were telling me that a lot of inflatables have glued seams in the material. They are using a welded seam process, which actually keeps the durability much higher. This seems to be reinforced here, so if you bump into things, it's not going to end up wearing on the material. This is like almost like a nylon type feel. Feels really abrasion resistant. Then underneath here we have a more ISUP style, and this is also a Star product. It looks like it's called the Challenger. You got generous handle in the middle. You got handles on the bow and stern. You have mounts right here for those accessories, kind of like you see up here on this one. So these are just a threaded insert mount. So you can buy like a Scotty rod holder and it will bolt directly on there. You can buy some Yak Attack products. They'll bolt right on there. You have 3 inflatable valve areas, so it's a multi-chamber system as well on this one. So if you were, heaven forbid, to get a puncture in one of the chambers, you're going to end up having other chambers to help keep the craft afloat, so you're not going to lose all your gear and stuff. It looks like there's some type of venting or something right here. And it does actually drain. So there's a vent that goes all the way through. I can actually see through right here. So if water comes over the deck, it's going to drain out here. So you're not going to have a wet deck. They also have some webbing here for tie downs. More D-rings, bungee in the front. And then actually on the bottom here we have NRS's brand. So these were the sister company, Star. These are meant to be a little bit more affordably priced. They lack maybe some of the more advanced features, but they're still meant to be a great starter craft, and they didn't want to compromise on durability, they said. So you got the budget price, but you're not compromising on durability. Here you got more features. You have one of their NRS iSups, which is the Heron 11. You also have multi-chamber hulls, so you got 3 valve filling setups. On this one you have a nice decking that's padded. You have a grab handle, you got some bungees, you got mounts again for your rod holders and other accessories. And these things are just very well built. They, once again, on all of these product lines, whether it be their more budget friendly options or more their higher end, all of them are going to use that welded seam process to be able to create a much stronger seam than if they were to be glued. The other thing that I think about, and I mentioned this kind of earlier in the video, that when I think NRS is their PFDs. So when you're out on the water, having a good PFD, a personal flotation device, a life jacket, that is a really good, it's a key thing to have. And what it comes down to it for a lot of people is comfort. So if it's not comfortable, you're not gonna wear it. And if you're not wearing it, it's not gonna do you any good. So probably one of the more popular options, at least for men, is the Chinook. But there's some women that also have wore it. And it looks like they also have been thinking of women. And they got a Shenook, which is gonna be more of a Chinook in the women's branding here. So this is likely going to be able to fit women better. It's catered more towards women, but it's still going to have a lot of the features of the popular Chinook. And that's really exciting to see, because my wife and I, we like to go out together. Then you also have inflatable options here. So these are meant to be really lightweight. So for those of you that are really not wanting to wear still your traditional PFD, you have something here that still can offer a lot of protection. And a lot of these have manual and auto inflating options. So if you were to fall overboard, it'll auto inflate, or they'll have a manual pull tab if you don't want to have that. So that's a look at NRS. They also have some clothing, but I'll have a link in the video description below for their products. I know a particular YouTuber that I trust that is a good friend of mine, Robert Field. And Robert Field regularly uses these products. He's a very genuine person. I trust when he says that, you know, this product is something that, you know, is going to be built to last, good value, that he means it. So take a look at the video description below, more info on everything out at NRS, and take care.